Okay, thanks for coming in today. Nice to meet you. Really good job. So we just showed you those couple of changes, how it's functional through the bag. So number one was set up. So here just looks like you're sitting a little bit too much, arms a little bit out. So from there, all I can see is the club working a little bit too much in a vertical manner through here. So to go with that, you're going straight back, you're shut as well. So we've got hand steep, club face shut, and then on this side, we're losing rotation. This is why then, you're struggling with knockdown shots. And then because of the setup and that shut face, there's no rotation in the body here. So that creates steepness. So the body leads, club comes over the top. So you're steep and shut. So now we're going to try and drop it underneath. And this is where that high hands and that sort of scoopy look comes from. So number one is set up. So really just put the club under your chin, press the shaft against your chest, and just learn how to bend forward from your hip joint. So that allows the arms to hang. That creates the good steepness, and that's where then you get that downward strike. So from there, you'll let your arms hang, and there's the perfect setup. So as you can see here, all good here. So then what we moved on to was we got the club sitting on the plane board. So what you want to feel is the hand path goes more inwards. And this changed straight away just from setup. But then from there, as you start back along that plane board, we've got to now use the wrist to cock the club and open the club face. So when you get to halfway, the cupping in the wrist should be the same amount as what the grip is set up like. So here on this particular one, a little bit closed here, but as we continue to the top, see how the club is starting to angle more downward, so the face is a lot more open. We can see now it's less over the top, arms are coming under you, and there's that release. That was the first shot after doing just the setup and a little bit of that plane board. So these are your final two swings with the 4-iron. Look how good that takeaway is. Look how good is the top. Look how good that follow through is. Front view. Look at the extra little bit of rotation. Because the setup's better and the wrists are starting to open up the club face, we're starting to get more rotation. That gets the hands a little bit deeper. That will shallow the club out nice and easily. And all we have to do is keep turning through. Then when we looked at, then is it functional? We got wedge in our hand and driver. Driver, nothing changes, just good setup, hand path more in, check the club face and wrist angle, so a little bit shut here. We can see that the face is starting to look okay, but the halfway point was wrong, so the wrist angle here wasn't right, and you can tell that by the club face, but the ball flight there was good. So if you've got a little bit shut like we saw, it would just be a little bit of an extra draw, but it will always look like it drifts off to the left. And then we moved into the chipping. Really, this is where it'll play dividends, is following the same thing. Posture number one, hand path, open club face. No problem at all on your basic shots. What we then had to do was talk more about their pitch shots. And when we started to get more into the pitch shots, we really needed to start rotating more. Because you haven't had any rotation, your hands don't get across you, but it doesn't give you enough time when you want to shallow the club out. So when we talk about this, it's the club, arms, then body. And you can see now, look at the difference in that release. Ball started to go really high. Here, just a little bit shut, but the club's shallowing out easy. You can do whatever you like through the hitting area there. But on that, really good.